Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Inferential Statistics course. I am your instructor, Ivan Brian El Indactivo, and I am very much delighted to have you in my class. So, I hope by the end of this introduction, briefly, we will be enlightened what will transpire throughout the entire semester. So, let's start. To begin, let's first define the term statistics. The first impression that will come into your mind will be it is related to the mathematics sphere. Yes, it talks about numbers, but what distinguishes is from the rest of the mathematics branches or field will be its definition. Allow me to operationally define it and tell to you that statistics is the science of collecting, aggregating, organizing, interpreting, and analyzing of data. So from collection to analysis and interpretation, this is where statistics comes in. So I hope when we talk about statistics, we do away with the bias that it is difficult, it is something that is uh, hard to understand and to digest. But I hope along the way you could understand and appreciate the purpose and the beauty of statistics, especially when it's applied to our educational researches. So the point of statistics here specifically is to aid us in the conduct of not just measurement and evaluation, but specifically in the conduct of our research. As an educational quantitative study, statistics is inevitably necessary because on the part of the analysis and treatment of data, we will be definitely using statistics. Okay, nonetheless. So, what will be the objectives of this course? First, I intend to discuss the basic concepts of statistics and at the same time, principles that deal with statistical data, treatment, and methods. The second part will engage us in the repertoire of different statistical tests and tools and when and how to use them. So I hope by the end of that part, we will be able to familiarize ourselves to the different statistical tests. Okay, and when to use them. And that's the important competency here on this space. The next part of the course is to apply statistical methods to specific hypotheses relevant to, of course, educational researches or educational concerns or problems. The fourth objective of the course is to analyze and interpret the results, of course, of the hypothesis testing that we had. Okay? Which means the entire course will have the same flow of outline. The chronological concept will be to start with the basic concept. I'll be orienting you on the basic terms, jargons, and concepts used in statistics and how this will contribute later on as a necessary part in understanding the entire hypothesis testing and later on analysis and interpretation. The second part will involve ourselves in the orientation of probability and sampling, the different types of probabilities, as well as the manner of taking up sample sizes, sampling technique, or procedures. The third part will be on descriptive statistics, an orientation and a background. I believe this is merely a refresher for most of you. A review of descriptive statistics and ourselves as well, because this will be also a point of departure when we discuss the fourth part, which is the inferential statistics. We cannot do away with the concept of descriptive because this will be the raw materials needed, the data arising from descriptive statistics in order to understand and to conduct inferential statistics. Second to the last will be the conduct itself, the computation itself. I believe this will be your favorite part, computing. It might not be true for some or for most, but testing hypothesis is allowing ourselves to choose the appropriate test and conduct it and discover the result later on. And lastly, when we discover the results of the test statistics that we have implemented, we need to understand, analyze, and interpret the results. Another important competency we need to develop, is that we understood what do the numbers mean. Statistics will be merely numbers if you don't understand what does it imply in the quest of our study or in the conduct of our research. So analysis and interpretation tells us how come one is significant or not. It will also help us understand whether we need to reject or accept certain hypotheses that we have stipulated at the onset. So all in all, our course will deal with inferential statistics. This is a set of techniques and tools. We need to arrive at a generalization or help us generalize certain samples in a larger, of course, population. Basically, the term here will be inference, or the root word here is inference, or to infer. Means to conclude, to arrive at a conclusion, or simply a synthesis, or a new idea, a new thought coming from the raw data or coming from the given premises. That's what we call inference. So when we say inferential statistics, it creates a new information, a new knowledge, a new sense of realization given from the data that we initially gathered. Comparing and correlating this data will allow us to realize something new. And that's the purpose of inferential statistics. I hope this introduction will serve as a clear and brief guidelines and at the same time orientation for you with the entire course. So thank you until our next lecture.